Test, test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Test. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bulldog Report.
Good evening. On behalf of our athletic director, Mr. John Cathcart, and our principal, Mr. Edward Kurowski, we would like to welcome you to Metuchen High School, where sportsmanship is an expectation. So please let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and let the spectators be positive. Tonight, the Bulldogs will be hosting the Rams from South River High School. And now a message from the NJSIAA.
Today's contest is being conducted according to the rules of the New Jersey State High School Athletic Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated, could subject the violator to ejection, and may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this competition at a high level of good sportsmanship.
And now before we get to the line, please stand for the playing anthem. And now tonight's starters for South River, coached by Mike Feaster. At guard, a junior number 31, Metuchen. At a junior number 14, Talia Cruz. At forward, a sophomore number 13, Gianna Rodriguez. At guard, a junior, number 10, Ashley Pereira. And at guard, a senior, number 33, Lemarine Martinez.
gets the ball right now, dribbling it around. They got a quick offense, but the Metuchen defense looks very patient. Denied on the shot down low. That was Johnny Rodriguez. He plays the center position for the Rams, and she got snatted down by a combination of early Jermaine and Varsity Connors. They're out of bounds. They're inbounding it now from the top. The Rams with the basketball. The Metuchen has yet to have the ball offensively. Dribbling in, floats it up off the rim, doesn't go, and it's Varsity Connors who will have the ball first for the Metuchen Bulldogs this year. Great defense by all of the Metuchen, especially in the ball out of bounds, overthrown by Varsity Connors, and their first drive as a team this year goes out of bounds, thrown over the head of early Jermaine, and it's going the other way. So 6:50 on the clock in the first quarter. The Rams and Bulldogs still field at 0. Rodriguez driving to the net, and she misses the layup. She had a clean pass to the net there, but she couldn't get it done. And Jermaine underneath, she gets it to go. Early Jermaine gets the 2 to go. The layup here, Metuchen in the lead early on. So now the Rams with the basketball. They trail by just a basket. Nice job by early Jermaine there. Nice defense there by Katie Gray. The 2-year stolen by Jermaine. Here she comes. Someone open underneath as it's swatted out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. It was last touched by the Rams, so it's staying with Metuchen. We're only 2 minutes into this game, and it's only 2-0 already.
Just a great sequence by Jermaine. Like, he ended up making good plays on defense, offense. And then not finished there, but still great job and great effort.
3-pointer, no good. From range, that was Cassidy Connors. Couldn't get it to go. 5:45 to go. Across the midline go the Rams, slowing things down. This is the playmaker there. Martinez puts it up. Can't get it to go at first. Bounce unlucky, and it's rebounded there. Charlotte Green touching the ball for the first time since her injury. 3-pointer from the corner. The junior, Sam Pfeiffer, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Katie Gray. There's someone open there, and she's going to pass it. That was Connors. The pass to Breen. Breen from range. She gets it to go. And Metuchen up now 4-0. That was a long 2 jumper. Didn't count for 3, but still great play and convincing there for the Metuchen Bulldogs early on.
Yeah, they seem to be getting some sort of offensive momentum so far. I mean, they've been playing great defense, and as long as they keep scoring points consistently, they might be able to pull out with their first win of the season.
Going the other way, that's a lucky call for Metuchen. I think it last touched off of a Ram underneath the Metuchen rim, and it seems like there's some problems right now with the Rams offensively. They had a lot of opportunities, but they can't get it to go. Metuchen's playing some solid defense early on. Pass, kind of a Hail Mary shot to Sam Pfeiffer. She's guarded by 2. There's going to be a jump ball. Pfeiffer and Pereira were fighting for it. And it's going to be inbounded by Katie Gray. She finds the fellow senior Connors, who dishes to Pfeiffer. 4:48 to go in the first quarter. It's 4-0 your Metuchen Bulldogs. Green from range. You know she can shoot. This one no good. But Pfeiffer from 3. Line drive shot no good. Orly Jermaine, the tallest girl on the court, gets the rebound. And it's stolen quickly by the defense. South River on offense now. Quick turns. Metuchen looks a little more convincing than South River, but both offenses a little bit quiet to start off the game. Floater up off the backboard, crashes no good, and they're going to reset as they get a lucky bounce.
And they need to find some way to generate momentum, the Rams. Like, they have not been able to get a single point so far. They've just been trying and failing, so need to get some points on the board.
Seems like they're just driving and putting up floaters, as you see almost another one there, kind of a pump fake. They're staying with the ball up top. Dishes from the corner. It's a shot, not the corner, but misses the 3. No good. And Metuchen again on an offensive break. Saves the ball from going out of bounds. Nice catch there by Katie Gray. Someone open. Sam Pfeiffer driving in. And she's just going to chuck it up. Might have been, oh no, it was a travel on Metuchen, so it's going the other way. Sloppy offense early on from both teams. Ella Polakowski checks in for Orly Germain. The captain checked out for the first time. She has 2 already in this one.
I think the most important thing Metuchen needs to focus on right now is, I mean, so far they're shooting. They've only made like 1 out of maybe 5 baskets so far. They just need to clean up their play on offense. Maybe get some shots to go in the basket, generate some momentum.
For 3, that's no good. Metuchen defense holding strong. They're putting up a shutout early on in this one. Here's Charlotte Green. She's the point guard. Passes to Katie Gray. Connors is open. A lot tighter defense here from the Rams. Passes in. Pfeiffer again. Another chance for her. This time it falls. Sam Pfeiffer makes it work. And she puts up Metuchen by 6 points now. I'm really liking what Metuchen's doing with their defense. They're not allowing enough underneath the basket for the Rams to generate. So they're kind of just having to throw up floaters, as you see again. Martinez, this one good. She splashes a jumper from the corner of the hash mark. And it's going to get them their first points of the game. 6-2, Metuchen in the lead.
What I like about how Metuchen's playing defense so far, they're playing up close. They know.
How about their offense, though? That one, a foul by Katie. What were you saying about the defense?
Their defense, I mean, aside from that one jumper, they've been really good at forcing them out of the paint, trying to make them like force tough floaters, maybe some 3-pointers, and that's where their weakness is. So if they could just keep playing tight defense on the Rams, they should be good to go throughout this game.
Right, and Henry, that's something that we saw last season that them struggle a little bit with. They allowed a lot of points underneath the basket, a lot of points in the paint, and that was sort of a struggle, I think, for the Bulldogs, for the men's team also. So lots of adjustments, I think, made ahead of tonight's game and this season. The second one doesn't fall. She splits the 2, so it's 7-2. Metuchen in front. Underneath, driving into the paint. There's someone open, putting up the basket. Martinez makes it fall. Nice job there. And now it's 7-4. She makes her last 2 shots. It's a 3-point game. Connors underneath. What a pass that was. Katie Gray couldn't hold on. Pfeiffer is the one with the ball there. Now she checks to Charlotte Green. Floats it up and out of bounds. Last touch by a Ram. And that was last off of Pereira, staying with the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs have been playing a bit of sloppy offense so far from what I've seen. I mean, I think they need to start scoring more consistently because like, their passes have just been off point. The reads, they really need to start dialing up some plays to start scoring more.
So there you see an example of that. The ball goes out of bounds, flown over the head of one of their playmakers. And that just can't happen early on. But again, early season, they're playing a good game so far, especially defensively. Can't ask for much more at this point. It's going to be a foul against Connors, and it's going to be staying underneath. The first foul against Metuchen at this point.
Metuchen, on defense, they've been playing well so far, but I'm starting to see the momentum shift from Metuchen to the Rams. I mean, they've been scoring 4 straight, and I'm just starting to notice the momentum shifting in this game.
Still in the lead, 1:35 to go in the quarter. I think it was a jump ball. So staying with the Rams underneath the net. Bad pass there by Pereira, and it's going to turn the other way quickly. Again, the defense finds a way to get the ball. Now Cassidy Connors, fresh off an injury. She looks pretty darn good as she lays it in and one. Connors checks in 2 more points, 9-4, with a chance to make it a 6-point game. What a play that was by Connors.
A great job being able to drive through the contact, get the layup, and possibly 3 points for her team when she desperately needs it.
And she makes a 3-point play. Successful drive there for Metuchen. Fast break, capitalizing. Their captain capitalizing on the break, and then lays in the extra point. It's 10-4 Metuchen. Martinez traveled, and it's going the other way. So it's a combination between Metuchen's offense, their defensive, powers early on, and South River, frankly, struggling offensively, but we definitely could see them bounce back. Stolen away. Here they come on the fast break. Layup is no good Metuchen takes the ball. It's Charlotte Green, a little bit of a scram. Underneath, Connors keeps it. That was the pass by Zanecki. She's underneath. Zanecki splashes the basket, and Metuchen gets more points to go inside the final minute of the first quarter. They triple the Rams score. It's 12-4.
And I'm really starting to notice Metuchen being able to generate points on offense a lot easier. They've been relying on like going up close to the basket, getting on those like lucky rebounds. They might need to clean up their passing a bit, but other than that, they've been doing very well in this quarter.
Going the other way, nice rebound there by Zanecki. Here comes Polana down the stretch past the timeline. Here comes Green. There's an open person outside of the paint, and it's Connors, and now Zanecki underneath. Similar chance that she had last time. This time won't fall. 9 seconds to go. Will they get one final shot off? Slow things down. Generate one more shot, I think, if you're the Rams, and that's what they'll do. 3, 2, 1. They won't get the shot off. Just a prime example of their sloppy offense early on in this one. But we are at the end of the first quarter. It is 12-4. Metuchen Bulldogs, they look really good. And we want to talk a little bit more about Metuchen's captains. And you know, they're all seniors. It's Charlotte Green, Orly Germain, Cassidy Connors, all seniors. And man, they're all really good. They're showing themselves to be really effective in this one. Cassidy and Charlotte both coming off of bad injuries in which they barely played last season.
Yeah, and they've been showing their comeback. Like, this is their last season as a Metuchen player, so they've been trying to put up like as many points as possible, perform as like well as they can, and they've been doing good so far. Cassidy Connors and Audrey Germain already with 2 points. Cassidy Connors with that and one. That kind of changed the tide of the game after like an offensive sludge that Metuchen was going through late in the first quarter. So, you know, those team captains have really been making an impact. I also noticed Jermaine making a lot of like stops on defense. She had that one block. She had the steal. And she's been making impacts on both defense and offense. So these captains are very important to this team on and off the court.
Right. A few more girls checked in to the game. Josie Gray out there with her sister Katie Gray. Early Germain back into the game for the first time since really their first drive. So here we go. Germain playing under center. Looks like the power forward is Gray. The other Gray playing at guard, and Pfeiffer still playing the small forward. Up top, there's Gray. Gray to Gray. Katie Gray underneath. She puts it up and gets it to go. Bundles the 2. It's 14-4. And now they're extending their lead. Looking like, as you said, they have some momentum going into the second quarter.
Yeah, momentum's definitely in their favor right now. They've been able to pretty much score at will. I mean, this defense has been very sloppy from the Rams, so Metuchen has been taking advantage of every single opportunity they can get.
Martinez's pass kind of went into a little bit of a fallout, and it was a foul against Katie Gray. Metuchen. Seven and a half minutes to go in the second quarter. Inbound. Music is playing on the court, just a little bit of a delay out on the court. They're ready to go though. Music stops. It's a 10-point game in favor of the Bulldogs in their first home game in front of the fans this year. Pereira, down pass. Moving along, they're starting to generate a different offensive scheme now, it seems, and they haven't really got anything to go. There's their first shot from range in a little while. Doesn't fall. Germain, one of her biggest strengths this year especially, she has so much height over other players. She's going to be used for rebounding all year. Ball underneath in the corner, right in front of our camera. The ball went out. I think it was off of the Rams. Staying with Metuchen, staying with White. Katie Gray looking to inbound with 7:05 to go in the second quarter. There's Pfeiffer to Charlotte. Green loses the ball for a second, but finds an open person inside. There's the sister chemistry you were looking for. Josie to Katie, and 2 points on the board. It's 16-4 Bulldogs.
The second time they've done that this quarter.
Looking really good out of the gate of the second quarter. They've outscored their opponent 4-0 since coming out of the break at the end of the first quarter. Jermaine playing tight defense. She's done her best to prevent Martinez, and I think it's worked a lot. Martinez has all of the Rams' points in this one for 3 from range. High arc, no good. Rebounded, almost rebounded by Jermaine, I should say. No good, the putback, and it's going the other way.
And you can really tell that Jermaine Tight's really putting an impact on defense. I mean, she's been able to not only like protect shots, but also make those important rebounds.
Gray has been spectacular in this one. Josie and Katie, there's her third connection laid in, and Katie Gray has herself more points after debatably being pushed in that one. Lays in the points. Metuchen is absolutely on fire out of the gate. 6 points since coming out of the second quarter. Timeout called by the Rams. What are you saying to the Rams to wake up? If you're the coach right now, what are you saying to the Rams to sort of wake their offense up?
Well, to be honest, I mean, this game would be a lot easier for the Rams if any of them could shoot from the mid-range from 3 points. But from what I've seen, they've been struggling in all of that. The only real points they've gotten is like way in the paint. But with Jermaine's height and size, that she could just bully people in the paint, I think it's going to be really hard for the Rams to start scoring now. So they really need to tighten up, start making some shots, maybe start passing the ball a bit better, finding that open player to get the easy layup, and then just start like tightening up on defense, because they've just been letting players like run rampant this quarter, especially the Gray family. I mean, they've been just playing poor defense, so they really need to straighten up on that.
Across the timeline, here come the Rams. Oh, there's someone open on the corner. Vera Cruz's shot off the backboard. No good. She's fighting for it. Cassidy Connors might have hit off her foot there. She's playing scrappy defense. Ends up getting the ball. It's about to go out of bounds. She saves it. Rolls it to Jermaine. Did it go out of bounds? I'm not sure. I really barely know what happened on that play. Interesting set of events. And there's a timeout called by head coach Kathy Glutz for Metuchen. They'll have the ball when they come back. 5:44 to go. You're watching the Bulldog Report. Back in action here, Metuchen in the lead by a lot. 14-point difference. Josie Gray to Katie Gray to Orly Jermaine, and she traveled. Double dribble by Metuchen. Going the other way, 5:38 to go. Each have 4 timeouts remaining, and there haven't been many fouls. Last year, Metuchen's girls, and especially the boys, had a lot of problems with those fouls. I think you might remember if you joined a few of the streams. They look really good. They're kind of staying out of the foul game today, at least so far. Because fouls certainly start to build up in the end, and bonuses really hurt you in the long run. Driving in, floats up another one. This is the offense that they've been generating all game. Jermaine gets the rebound, and it's sending it the other way. Sam Pfeiffer to Cassidy Connors. Captain to captain on the pass from Connors to Jermaine. Rips it out. Might have been a foul. Might have actually been a jump ball, which would send the ball the other way, and I think that is the call. Out of the game, you see Josie Gray and Sam Pfeiffer. Into the game, Ella Polakowski. Charlotte Breen, Katie Gray, Cassidy Connors, and Early Jermaine also in the game.
And after that timeout by Metuchen, I've really seen no difference in how the Rams have been playing their offense. I mean, they've been going for these unnecessary tomatoes. They really need to get something on the board this quarter, or else they might just be stuck here for a long time.
Bounce pass. Now dish, now Vera Cruz with it. She drives in and smothered by a pile of defenders. The Bulldogs defense holding strong in this one. Ball at the corner with 4:45 to go in the second quarter. Metuchen leads big. Jermaine playing solid defense on the edge of the 3-point line. Dribble and a dish, now driving in. Martinez has a little space, but she loses the ball, and Katie Gray comes with it again. It's going across the line. Now Connors, the pass to Polakowski. She cannot hold on. And that's an example of a little bit of a sloppy offense there. Polakowski, you have to make that play if you're Ella. Those are almost 3 points, but again, early season jitters, bound to happen. Martinez, she has an open girl outside. Dribbling underneath, pass outside, goes through some three, wide open, looks good, but it doesn't go, and it's going to go the other way. Again, Veracruz now 0 for 5 shooting. She's the only person to shoot from range, 0 for 2 in that matter.
I mean, they just really need to figure out some sort of way to be able to shoot the ball more effectively, because whenever they seem to try it, it always ends up going nowhere, really.
Metuchen doesn't get the points to go. Jermaine with a long jumper won't make it fall. I'd like to see them use Jermaine under the basket. We've seen her kind of outside a little bit and using Cassidy underneath with Katie. I want to see, them use Orly's height to kind of use her strength and height underneath the basket to try to put points in, as they have her underneath that time, but Cassidy Connors' pass is way out of bounds and a wild one, and stops the clock with over 3 minutes to go in the half.
I feel like they do need to utilize Jermaine more, because like you were saying, she only has a couple points this game, but her size and athleticism is how she scores those points. Like, they really need to start using her under the basket, in the paint, and they've just been using her on the outside, in the perimeter, and it's been working okay, but I feel like she'd be a lot more effective if she was an interior defender and an interior scorer. But we'll see what the coach says.
Driving in, puts up a floater again off the backboard, no good, and it's going to go out of bounds. Maddie Metuchen couldn't get the rebound after missing the layup, and the touch-in ball again, unbelievable. They've only allowed 2 baskets, and none of which were in the paint. Really liking what I'm seeing from the Metuchen defense right now.
Yeah, seriously, they've only allowed 4 points, and that's it. And that was all in the first quarter. They have not been able to allow anything else.
Well, there's an example of them using Orly's height for the first time, really, on offense, as she tucks in a 2-point try from actually pretty far on the layup. It tucks in 20-4. Orly gets her 3rd and 4th points of the day. Rodriguez behind the back, nice move, but the ball goes awry. Almost a shot. She's got a height disadvantage there. It's a foul. Questionable call there against Jermaine.
I didn't really see any hands, but all she did was just use her body to block her. I didn't really see a foul there, but looks like the refs are going to call it anyways. And the Rams have really just been not able to generate anything on offense so far. I mean, they, like, whatever they try, it always ends up just going off the backboard and just not touching the rim. It's just been very hard to watch. So maybe they could turn it around in the second quarter, but slip and swim.
I'm going to note something. It's actually interesting. There's been 4. Maybe part of the reason that this offense, Mike Feaster's team, looks a little bit one-dimensional as of now is they're starting 4 guards right now. Maddie Metuchen, Natalia Veracruz, Ashley Pereira, and Lamary Martinez, all guards. Only 1 forward. No, I guess you could say big men in this one, or big women. Gianna Rodriguez really kind of their only source of paint points right now, and she's not really making the points right now underneath the basket because Orly has the size advantage right now. So Metuchen's defense as a result looks really, really good.
Yeah, that explains a lot too, because they've been trying to get points from the outside, they've been trying to get floaters and stuff, but if they don't have enough big players on their team, it's going to be very hard for them to score if they're not able to consistently score on.
Ball floats up. Veracruz Moss's Zanecki, and she puts it in. There you go. Points in the paint. There's the broadcaster's first #1 of the basketball season.
Yep.
Haunted us all of last year. 20-6, Metuchen in the lead by 14. Polakowski in front. She can't get the layup to go in, but there's the height of Jermaine to tuck it in. 22-6, minute and a half to go. With no shot clock, I'd like to see the Rams kind of dominate this game, or try to take, the Bulldogs to take the ball and kind of dominate the possessions and take their possessions slowly, the best of their ability. There's Martinez. 2 defenders on her, which leaves 1 open. There was a foul on the play. Don't know who it was against. It was against Cassidy Connors. That's her 2nd foul of the game.
Cassidy Connors, I've noticed she's been able to kind of directs this offense throughout the second quarter. Been getting a lot of assists, been able to get points when she needs it. She's been vital on the team. Probably why they named her team captain. So very good job for her, like starting this 15-point scoring momentum for the Bulldogs.
I will say, I really like the subbing by Kathy Gluck. I know Jermaine's looking really good, but she gets a little break now as Josie Gray comes in. She's switching people out early and often, which gives them, full energy, as opposed to Mike Keith's team. It looks a little bit tired right now. In the corner, bounce pass, Rodriguez, and another foul against Metuchen. That was Polakowski. Metuchen's 5th foul.
Questionable reference so far. I didn't really see a foul there. And possibly, maybe she pushed him. I couldn't really tell, but Metuchen is really close to that bonus.
Late in this half, doesn't matter too much, but you don't want to allow too many fouls, or your personal fouls are going to start to run up, and they add up in the second half. Rodriguez dishes outside. Shot from 3, Metuchen, no good. Rebounded by Cassidy in a sea of defenders, and she has it on the offensive break. That's Collada, who's smothered by a field of black shirts. There's a few open offensive players. Kathy Glutz wisely calls timeout, and Miss Glutz's team will talk things over now. They have the ball for 40 seconds. Do you suggest that they burn out this clock and try to get the best shot they can, or rush and try to get as many points as they can?
I mean, maybe if it was a closer game, they might want to burn out the shot clock. I mean, is there even a shot clock in high school?
No.
Wow. Okay, maybe they should just try burning out the clock for the rest of the quarter. I mean, only 40 seconds left. I mean, you don't want the Rams to get at least 2 or 3 points and then just leave with the momentum in their favor. You might want to just keep it for the rest of the game until the half runs out, and then you could just go into the locker room with a lot of momentum, with a 16-point lead.
They sure do have a lot of momentum right now. Checked in just 40 seconds ago. As you see, slower pace, get past the half line. They sure do. There's someone open in the corner. That's Sylvia Grodzinski, checked in for the first time today. It's already a 15-second possession. Collada traveled. I thought so. Her legs moved after she went up. There'll be 25 seconds for the Rams to do something offensively.
Metuchen playing a lot tighter defense.
Oh, stolen underneath a pass there by Zanecki. She's looked good defensively today and offensively. She's been a good playmaker for the Bulldogs. Metuchen should waste this clock out and try to get their best shot as they could at the end. But it's stolen on a fast break, lays it up off the rim and no good. Again, Bear Cruz can't get it to go. Ball out of bounds, and it's going to end the half. Well, end of the first half. Metuchen couldn't ask for a better half right now. 22-6 after 16 minutes of play. 16 to go, Henry. What do you think you want to see from the Bulldogs to finish out this game?
I mean, the Bulldogs have been producing greatly on the offensive side of the ball, but their defense has just been spectacular. I mean, there have been some missed opportunities, like that fast break toward the end of the quarter for this Rams team, but Metuchen has been playing great, tight defense on the Rams, not allowing them to get any easy points, forcing them to make these tough shots, and I think they just got to keep that up. Maybe for the rest of the season, maybe for just this game, but I don't know what they're doing. Maybe utilizing their big players like Jermaine, using all their special talents, all their forwards. But just keep doing what they're doing for the rest of the season, and they should be good to go.
Well, they sure look good to go right now. The Bulldogs up by 16 points with 16 minutes to go. You're watching the Bulldog Report. This is Ike Bush and Henry Sia. We'll see you in just a bit.
still there. Had a good game. 5 minutes. I did look at the snack section.
Little bit of audio issues from going on over here. Sorry, everybody. It's super loud. Okay. All right, we are back in action from the Metuchen High School gym. It is 22-6. Metuchen Bulldogs out in front after a commanding first half lead. They are up by 16 points. Notable player right now, Katie Gray. She has scored 6 points, and she's been in very valuable asset for Metuchen early on. They start with the ball just on the opposing side. That's Sam Pfeiffer driving in. Weak defense there as Cassidy Connors dribbles it in. First half, we had a little bit of muffled audio, but we figured it out. That's that first game kind of situation. Take it past the half line, and here come the Rams.
And Metuchen has really been dominating on all cylinders this entire game so far. In the first half, they scored 22-6, which is just unbelievable. Now just scored another 2.
Katie Gray gets it to go. She's fouled in the process, and she's been excellent at this point. Katie Gray right now, excellent. And this is the first half stats. We'll show you right now quickly before she shoots. Katie Gray, 6 points. That'll be your 8th points. Those will be your 8th points. She misses the foul shot. But Katie Gray at the half scored 6, Jermaine 6, Breen 3, Connors 3, Zanecki 2, and Pfeiffer 2 for Metuchen. Taken up, here are the Rams past the half line, down by 18. They really struggled to put the ball in the net in the first half. Rodriguez from range. She has not been doing much from range today. Nice effort to keep the ball in by Rodriguez, but it's still going the other way. Metuchen with the ball, double covering Breen. She is the playmaker on the team. It's going to go off of the Rams, last touched by Ashley Pereira, and stays with Metuchen offensively.
Breen so far also had a nice game. She had 2 points, and then she also made another free throw. Been making her impact here today. Why they're focusing on so much on her.
Jermaine, what a play that was. That was an excellent play. Looked like prime Shaquille O'Neal. Just kidding. Only a little bit, actually, as she lays in 2. Again, using Orly Jermaine's height for excellence. Turnover, Metuchen on a fast break. There goes Breen. She can't get it to go, but that was a nice play there by Metuchen. Still staying there with the white shirts, up by 20 with 6:23 to go in the third quarter. Dribbling now, trying to get it inside, but it's good defense played right now by Pereira. Kick it to Connors. Connors kicks to Breen. Breen finds Connors again. Nice chemistry there by the senior captains, but they can't get it to go, and it's going the other way. Fast break. They have to slow things down. The Rams offense looks a little bit nervous with the ball in their hand. Shot from range. It's good. Not sure if it was a 3. I think it was short. It's going to be a 2-point play on the shot there by Vera Cruz. Cuts the lead to 18.
You know, something that I got to praise Metuchen on is at the beginning of this game, their passing looked a bit sloppy. And now they've really seemed to turn it around. It might just be the first game, like you said, first game jitters. Getting used to, playing in an actual, with an actual crowd again. But I've noticed a lot of improvement from quarter to quarter this entire game.
From 3, no. Tried to bank it in. Didn't work out in her favor. And now with Cassidy Connors with the ball in her hand and Charlotte Breen at the point. Got to find her. But Gray is right there underneath. And she does not miss right now and lays it in. More points for Metuchen. And they lead by 20 once again.
Gray just hit 10 points tonight, which is more than 1/3 of her entire team so far.
It's really impressive right now from Katie Gray. And, she's really doing all this. Not even highly anticipated going into this one. This was a 3 ball from range. Nailed it. There's their first 3 points of the game. Actually, the first 3-pointer hit of the game. In general, Metuchen hasn't had to shoot the 3 ball at this point. Pfeiffer drives in. She was fouled. Doesn't get the 2 to go in. But Pfeiffer is going to be sent to the line for 2 shots.
I mean, so far, Metuchen seems to be picking up right where they left off on offense. But on defense, kind of a cause to worry there. I mean, they already let 2 threes go, and I mean they're still sitting at a comfortable 17-point lead. Might even be shorter with these free throws. But Metuchen, they really need to tighten up on defense on the perimeter because, like you said, they're starting 4 guards, the Rams, so they should be good at shooting, but they haven't really been able to generate any momentum with that aspect, in the entire first half. But they seem to finally be starting to make some shots. So
Pfeiffer at the line right now. Last year was excellent for Metuchen. Total points 115, and she was second on the team in 3-pointers, only behind Harvard student Molly Maleg, who was an excellent player and the team's lead scorer in most stats. 3-point shot off the rim, no good. Yeah, Sam Pfeiffer, one of Metuchen's best shooters, and there you see her under the net. She puts it off the glass and into the net, and Metuchen is at 30 points. Really, really nice job by Metuchen's offense. Last year, struggled to score. They only scored the 4th most points in their division, but they did pull off a 14-12 record in the end. Much improved team, I think. The ball, it's a jump ball, I think won by Metuchen. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to stay with South River. I thought the last time it was going to Metuchen's favor. Yeah, so it's going to go to South River with 3:53 in the 3rd quarter. Henry, you see the subs going in and out all game. Do you think that's the right decision right now by Kathy Glutz? Is it working out with the constant subbing?
I mean, I don't think it's the subbing that's really helping at this point. I think it's just Metuchen being able to, like, I mean, most of their, like, star players are still out there, like Gray, Breen, Jermaine. I mean, Jermaine's been subbed. Actually, she's subbed out right now. She's been subbed out this entire game. I think that the coach is just trying to prioritize her health more than anything. I mean, Metuchen's already got a comfortable lead, so I think she just wants to make sure that her big player, her dominant center, is able to stay healthy throughout the season.
Shucking up passes, and Pfeiffer comes down with it, but loses the ball in the process to the net. But that was a nice pass by Breen. A risky one. Pfeiffer pulled it off and lost the ball underneath. So back-to-back drives of no points there by the Rams and the Bulldogs. Lucky shot, it seemed, off the backboard and in. All you got to do is hit the square, the old gym teachers say, and she made it work that time. 30-13. Metuchen is still highly in the lead by 17 right now. Pfeiffer's being guarded by all sorts of defenders. That's her 4th defender of the half. I mean, they seem to be highly regarding Sam Pfeiffer as a kind of dominant player. She looks really good out of the half right now.
Yeah, she's been making her impact so far. I mean, she's been able to, like, just push through, get those, like, easy baskets as they're forward. I mean, that's something they need to do, considering that, like, Metuchen's shooting, it's been okay. There's not been a single 3 made so far, so.
Right, they're playing dirty ball, and it's really working right now.
Yeah.
Zanecki, the freshman, in the corner nearest to us, and Pfeiffer checks up a 3. This time doesn't work, but that's not something that that you should take lightly. Sam Pfeiffer, as I said, 2nd in the team on 3-pointers last year, and she was just excellent from range. Saves the ball from going in, and Metuchen will keep the ball. Polakowski had it, dished to Breen, and now she takes it over the timeline and finds Pfeiffer again, who finds Breen for 3. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, I should say. Nice shot, 3 range, and Metuchen has their first 3-pointer of the year. Last year, 153 3-pointers, and there's one. Driving in, and Rodriguez might have double dribbled. Yeah, walk.
I've been noticing a lot of sloppy play from the Rams so far this quarter. I mean, they've been able to generate some points. They have 8 points this quarter, which is more than their first half combined. But they really need to just stop making errors, like, for example, that double dribble just there. They really need to just clean up their play, make sure that, you know, they're able to avoid those silly mistakes on offense and defense.
Josie Gray and Cassie Connors working in a near corner. Tries to drive up. It looked like she was fouled. Josie was fouled. I think it is offensive. Yeah, Josie charged, I think, on the way to the hoop. So it's going to be going the other way. Still a comfortable lead, though, for Metuchen. Rodriguez driving in. Oh, down goes Grodzinski. Free points for Rodriguez as she lays it in. Nice job by Rodriguez. Her 3rd and 4th points of the game. As you said, this offense looks a lot better out of the half. Both offenses, frankly. Gray to Grodzinski. Tried to kick it out. Gray on the floor. She's wrestling for the ball. I think it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to go Metuchen's way. Good job by Gray. Sticking with the play, getting down on the ground, and earning Metuchen the ball here, with 1:18 to go in the 3rd quarter.
What I've been noticing a lot with this entire team for Metuchen is just the effort they put into each play. You've seen almost like they're like half their squad get on the ground, try to wrestle for that ball, try to like keep the play alive, and that's just something that's really like good.
There's Cassidy for 2. That was a great shot over a defender, floats it in. She's been so good. I know we're talking a lot about Gray and Jermaine and you know the other Gray, but it's just been awesome what Cassidy's done offensively and defensively, especially. Ball goes out. Martinez trying to generate things. She has a good idea in mind of what the offense should be doing, but Metuchen's defense seems to be shutting it down as that ball trickles out of bounds with 48 seconds to go. Metuchen with an offensive break.
And that's just what I was talking about, the sloppy play before. Number 14 was just wide open for a 3, but the point guard was not able to notice it, and she kind of just like tried passing it in the inside. And that's just something that the Rams start to, like, they have to notice if they want to be able to generate points.
Fast break, Rodriguez. There was a foul. This was on Lucy Pilata. Just the size difference there gave them a huge advantage. Rodriguez on the fast break couldn't get to go, though she'll be shooting 2 shots. Gianna Rodriguez, last year 139 total points. She's a sophomore, which is actually incredible. Just a sophomore. Misses the first one. 14 blocks last year, which is unbelievable.
Wow.
Led the team. Yeah. Can't get the second one to go either. Zanecki comes up with the ball and drives it inside of their offensive territory. Gray kicks to an open Lucy Pilata. She settles for 2 and can't get it to go. 10 seconds left. Here they come offensively. It's the Rams' last chance. Veracruz chucks it up, can't make it fall. And Zanecki fighting for the ball. The ball rolled out. It was last touched by the Rams. Metuchen has 2 seconds, less than 3 seconds to shoot this one. But it's looking like they're up by 20 points heading into the 4th quarter. They're just going to sit on this.
I mean, they don't really need to take like a deep 3, like a logo 3, just to like for a chance to get some points on the board. I mean, they have such a comfortable lead. They could just like chill out for the rest of the quarter. It's going to be very hard for this team to get 20 straight points. Metuchen's been doing just an excellent job. I mean, they've kind of laid off a bit on defense, but they don't really need to tighten up that much because they have such a comfortable lead that they could just like, I wouldn't be surprised if the coach starts putting in their subs, starts putting in their freshmen because of how well Metuchen's been playing so far.
Yeah, early in the season, you kind of want to experiment with everybody. We saw that a lot in the football season, sort of breakout players, younger players that came in the Highland Park game, which was conveniently at the beginning of the season, so they could test out other players, and that's what they did. Evan Toth kind of broke out there, and I'd like to see some of these freshmen on Metuchen come in, as you said, or just some of the older players that might add another spark to Metuchen going into the rest of the year. But really, they've used most players on this team, if they're not injured. They've pretty much been perfect. Every single player that's gone in has looked really good for Metuchen, and the chemistry has looked spectacular. Something that kind of lacked last year until the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I've been noticing like a lot of teamwork from Metuchen. They've been able to like finally like be able to pass it well after being kind of shut out in that facet for maybe around the 1st quarter. But I've just been noticing like how well they've been able to like draw plays up with each other. Like I've been noticing them like, you know, high-fiving each other. You know, you got to be able to develop chemistry in the locker room. Props to the coach, props to all the team captains for being able to do this. And maybe that's that missing piece for Metuchen to finally like get good in their division.
It's the little things that count, as you said. With the team chemistry. Veracruz laid in the 2, cuts the lead to 18, and Gray responds with a bucket of her own. Makes it back a 20-point game in the final stages of this one. Metuchen looking to improve to 1-0 on the Bulldog Report. It's a 20-point game. This is an excellent start to the season for Metuchen. Fast break. There's Charlotte Breen, who finds Polakowski, but Polakowski again can't hold on, and it rolls out of bounds.
Gray now with 12 points, leading the team. Great job tonight from her.
It hasn't even been just one person, right? Gray's been really good, but 12 points as the leading scorer on a team that's winning by, you know, as much as they are, doesn't seem as high as you might expect, which shows how much of a team effort this game has really been. Three-pointer just completely off the mark, and Metuchen's going to have the ball after the air ball.
Yeah, this entire team has just been playing so well together. They've been all, like, making an impact in some way, shape, or form. I mean, Metuchen's just... I love how the coach has been utilizing, like, every single player on the court in order to, like, get any sort of points possible.
For two, Polkowski makes it work. 18-point difference now. Still outside, guarded by Jermaine. In the corner, closest to us. Floats it up, and it's going the other way. There's Breen now with it, past the timeline. A few open options. She picks Gray. Gray cuts inside through three defenders, and she's fouled in the process. What a play by Katie Gray. She dribbled through three defenders and was able to put her arms up to draw the foul. And she'll be sent to the line for a chance to add to her huge night.
You know, one thing I also noticed about Jermaine, like on defense, like on offense, she might be like a big player you could put in the paint, get those easy layups. But on defense, she's just so hard to get past. Her size is just, like, her defense has been very valuable to this team. Why the Rams really haven't been able to get any offense done. So, just great job on her part on defense, kind of leading this team. At the same time, all of Metuchen's really just been playing with a lot of effort and a lot of just tight coverage to really stop the Rams from even, like, having a chance in this game.
She knocks both in, both perfect shots. Hiri Suzuki checked into the game for the first time. She's a senior. Playing tight defense there. She forces a pass, which goes awry, and now there's Connors who finds Jermaine over another defender. Here's Suzuki from the corner. She could shoot, but doesn't work this time. Shot was short, and it's boarded by the Rams, and they take it to the foul line. A shot goes up, and it goes in. First points since the third quarter for South River, and they make it 41-19. Well, they're starting to slow the pace down. Katie Gray moves it inside. She's fouled once again. That's yet another foul by Rodriguez. Looking ahead for Metuchen. After this one, they're on the road against Stevens, on the road against Spotswood, and then home against Governor Livingston. That will be on the 29th. They won't be able to call that one, but they will be home against Calvary Christian on the first day of school back from the break. So that's looking ahead for Metuchen. They've got a pretty packed schedule looking ahead as Katie Gray, again, reliable from the free-point line, dishes the second of two and knocks in one of two.
Now has 16 points.
Shot goes up, and there's a foul. So two shots at the line. Try to cut into this lead. Ooh, unlucky bounce there. Been plenty of those tonight, both sides, especially with the Rams. I think Metuchen has been able to generate plenty of shots, but a lot of them have gone in. Rams have been pretty unlucky with some of their shots, and the ball goes off of Rodriguez, and it's going offensive white shirts. Suzuki bounce pass in. They're playing press defense. They really want to come back here. Connors knows she's a shooter, so she's saying, foul me. She passes to Zanecki. Zanecki moves inside, but she traveled, and it's going back the Rams' way. Metuchen, what they have to do is, I know when there's press defense, the natural reaction is to speed things up, right? But you really have to slow things down, I think, when it comes to press defense. The way to counter that is you just kind of slow the game down, force the defense to slow its pace down, and I think you'll find a lot more success. You saw it happen a lot against the Metuchen boys last year, and it kind of kept them out of games at the end of the games a lot last year. Zanecki Gray. Connors, this one's stolen, going the other way. Puts it off the glass. It's good. Veracruz, steal, and points. That's an excellent play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm noticing that the Rams still have some sort of fighting spirit inside them to try and come back in this game, but realistically, I don't see that happening. I mean, Metuchen has double the points right now. I think they're going to try to get the bonus towards, like, the end of the game if they really want a chance to get back, but that's just not realistic.
That's a foul against Katie Gray. Another one for her. Metuchen, 4 fouls, 5 for the opposing Rams. And Metuchen will take the ball. 3 timeouts apiece left for each team. With 4 minutes on the clock, Metuchen looking like they're going to win their first game of the season, and it's looking like a convincing one also, up double the score, 42-21. Here's Charlotte Breen, takes it towards the Bulldog line, passes to Pfeiffer. Kicks to Zanecki, keeps it on this side of the half. Would have been a backcourt violation, but she kept it in. Jermaine tried to dish underneath, bounce pass is stolen, taken the other way. 3.5 minutes left. Metuchen looking convincingly good, but their defense has to shape up, and you see it there. Fast break now. It's Gray. She loses the ball, goes out of bounds, and will be headed the other way.
This has just been a very good win for Metuchen so far. I mean, it's probably going to be a win, let's be honest. But Metuchen's just been playing amazing on offense. Defense, they've been playing very good on. Been forcing them to make tough shots that they wouldn't normally want to take. And it's just been great. It's just been a great team effort by Metuchen this entire game.
Well, Metuchen steals it quickly. Slow the pace down, guys. That's what you have to do. Get out of here even quicker after what's been an awesome day. Zanecki, Gray, Pfeiffer passing along this side of the wing. Just kind of kicking it around right now. Underneath, here's Breen, and she got it to go. This is what I wanted to see from the opposing team, and we didn't see that much, you know, methodical passing. We wanted to see South River kind of slow the pace down a little bit. I know they were trailing, but I wanted to see them do that. You see the pass underneath, which the shot doesn't work. 2:17 to go. They have to kind of make up some ground now. Maybe it's time to rush now, but this game likely, realistically, is all out of reach at this point after what's been an excellent day coaching and playing for the Bulldogs. They won their opener last year. Went on to be 14-2. Foul against number 32 on Metuchen, which is Early Jermaine. That's their 5th foul, coming towards that bonus mark. Stolen away. That was Breen who got her hand on it. Jermaine got it. Now it's Breen again. The pass up to Zanecki. Zanecki puts it up and she makes it work. I've really liked what I've seen from the freshman Zanecki. She's looked really, really good defensively, and then you see some flashes of greatness offensively also, and they extend their lead to 46-21.
In her limited time on the court, she's put up 4 points. A good performance, like you said, mostly on defense and off. And she scored some points on offense. She's made a pretty big impact on this team today.
I've liked some of her passes too. Lots of setups from Zanecki. Lots of promise on this team in general.
Yeah, and that's what really matters, like being able to like start plays up, because a lot of these like scores that you're seeing right here are just like all because of play design, like all because of people passing it to the right person, because it's just been all layups mostly. A couple, like 1 3-pointer, but Metuchen's basically been playing tactical basketball right now, and it's been working a lot. Showing about a score.
After the air ball, Metuchen inbounds, and this game is just about over. Metuchen takes the W at home. Really awesome win, Henry, against a team that's never really a pushover. Last year, they had a winning record. South River is a seriously good program, and Metuchen steamrolled them at home to set off their season, and they'll start off 1-0.
Yeah, and it's just the type of start you'd want from any type of team. Like, it just changes the momentum of the entire season, your first game. Especially on your season opener, everything's a bit rusty, so you want to be able to start it off with a bang. And that's exactly what Metuchen did.
Well, they sure played with a bang today. They looked motivated to start their season off right. 15 seconds to go. Maybe the last stoppage at this point as the ball went out of bounds. Flipped up, no good, and they might just sit on this to end the game. Maybe not.
Or not.
Maybe
One
some more points. Zanecki can't get it to go. Pallotta, and that's it. Metuchen finalizes this one, 46-21, the final score here from the Brainy Burrow Gym. Henry, what are your thoughts on this one in general?
I mean, this is just a huge momentum booster for the entire team. I mean, everybody on the team, everybody on the court made some sort of impact, whether on defense, offense. All they got to do is
Good
just,
point.
like, get off the rust from last season, warm up some of their new players, and just, you know, start the season off strong. That's what you want to do from the first game of the season, and that's what they did. So, Metuchen hopefully going to have a lot of momentum going into their next game against Spotswood. Excuse me, that's actually against J.P. Stevens, one of their rivals. The football team played them, they won, and there was a lot of debate about that. A big rival from the Metuchen football team and the basketball team, so that's going to be an entertaining one. You got to be there, though. And the next time you'll see us on the Bulldog Report is on the 29th versus Governor Livingston. Hopefully we'll see you there. You just turn on notifications, you'll see us there. So hopefully we'll see you soon. This is Henry Sia and Ike Bush.